Here we go. Chapter 16. Jesus turns to the others. I have no reason to waste my time with you. You may as well be ants to me now. Jesus goes to leave when he feels a sharp tug at his penis. Yeah! What the hell? Ah! Cries Jesus. What was that? You forget that I am a shaman, says Douglas. Douglas pulls a little doll out of his pocket. It has a beard and a halo. There's a little penis with a thread attached to it. What? Stop! That's it, I'll kill you, says Jesus. Douglas tugs at the string. Ah! Jesus falls to the ground. Tell you what, Jesus, I think I'll be taking those christen powers from you, said Douglas. He pulls out a 10,000 needle sea urchin. This sea urchin is quite small and quite poisonous. I wonder what would happen if it found its way inside your urethra. Oh my God, no, please, cries Jesus. Douglas jams the urchin way up the doll's penis hole. Jesus is instantly flat as a board. He's paralyzed, says Douglas. Douglas walks over to Jesus and examines him. He then lifts his shirt to look at his belly button. An outie. Let's make that an innie. He pushes a needle through the doll's belly button. Jesus deflates, and magic dust poofs out of his belly button and lands on Douglas. Douglas begins to glow white. I now possess the powers of the christening, but I am afraid that I am not of pure heart. I will not be able to stop the Aquaduck, but at least I should be able to resurrect Zani-san. Douglas studies Zani-san. He takes her golden thread and begins to weave a doll in two halves. He then begins to sew them together. Miraculously, Zani-san begins to go back together. Cough. Said Douglas, looking over. He is immediately impaled in the head. He drops to the floor. Jesus retracts his finger and gets up. I can't be killed so easily. You see, I am a god. Daddy! Cries Zanzibar. Lillian restrains him. Now to finish this. Jesus bends down and inhales Douglas's spirit from his body. Delicious. Now then, I must be going. He glances at the others and sees that they are staring at something behind him. He turns to see Zani-san get up off the ground. She pulls out a sword and a small-arm shield. This isn't over, she says. Zani-san rushes Jesus and slashes at him. Jesus darts with lightning speed, dodging the attack. He levitates a boulder and throws it at Zani-san. It breaks on her shield and she charges forward with 3 quick strikes. Jesus summons what appears to be Gerald into his hands and uses him to absorb the attacks. Gerald falls to the ground in pieces. Get him, hurry! The sun is almost set, says Peter. Jesus looks to the west to check the sun, then looks to Peter and grins. Peter goes white. Jesus is upon him in an instant. Zani-san is there too, and she cuts off the arms of Jesus at the elbow. New arms sprout instantly, and he darts back. Zani-san is right there, sword pressed at his throat. Jesus extends his fingers and bores into Zani-san's sword. It shatters. Zani-san hops back and summons 3 Rolodex. They roll through the air and pound Jesus into the ground. Jesus touches his halo and emits a shockwave that disintegrates the Rolodex. Zani-san materializes a new sword. This is going nowhere fast, says Hugh. The Aquaduck will be upon us in no time. I don't have time for this, says Jesus. He shrinks down to the size of a cricket and hops away. Zani-san lowers her sword. Just then they hear something. Thud. 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 The Aquaduck approacheth.
The Aquaduck approaches.